Good evening and welcome to Password History, where the password is not a new concept. Since the time of the Romans waging war, passwords have been used to distinguish friend from foe. Enter Fernando Corbato. Fernando is widely regarded as the godfather of modern computer password. He introduced the idea to computer science while working at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 1960. The university had developed a huge time-sharing compatible system that all researchers had access to. However, they shared a common file name and mainframe, so a single disk. To help keep individuals private, the concept of password was developed so that users could only access their own specific files for their allotted 4 hours a week. Hey, computer time was limited back in the 60s. Although the password was less than perfect, something Corbato is the first to admit, it went on to become the go-to method for computer security, both in the personal and corporate spheres. Due to its simplicity, although this would later be one of its own faults. Hashing, salt, and cryptology. In the early days of computing, the use of passwords in this sense was fairly limited, mainly to guys like Corbato and his team who were among the first to really explore the power of computers. However, when the World Wide Web exploded in the 90s, more and more people began to use the internet on a regular basis. This created reams of sensitive data and information in the process. But even before the web went into overdrive, early scientists were working on a way to make passwords more secure. And to do that, computer science took a leaf from cryptology. Hashing. Working for Bell Labs in the 1970s, cryptographer Robert Morris Sr. devised hashing, the process by which a string of characters is transformed into numerical code that represents the original phrase. This has the effect of not having to store the actual password itself in the password database. Hashing was adopted in early Unix operating systems, which are widely used today in mobile devices, workstations. Apple Mac OS, for example, uses Unix, while the PlayStation 4 uses Orbis OS, a Unix-like operating system. Adding yet another level of security, modern password databases can also employ salting to further encrypt a password whereby random data is inserted before the password and then the resulting string is hashed. This, however, doesn't stop a simple password from being guessed. The main aim is to stop a leaked password or multiple passwords, for example, in the event of a database being breached, from being cracked and used. Back when Corbato devised the password, security wasn't such a huge issue. Hacking as we understand it today didn't appear until the 80s. Now it's a different story. Almost everything is online. From banking and shopping to TV and music, we keep our data safe with a string of digits and letters. But how safe is it? Even huge companies like eBay, LinkedIn have been breached in recent years, compromising the passwords of their users. The password is dead. Long live the password. Passwords do, of course, provide a level of security despite the likes of Bill Gates saying it was dead back in 2004. Most companies with an online portal still use them. So how can you make your passwords more secure? Well, there are a few options. The people behind World Password Day, an initiative focused on improving password strength, suggest that each account should have its own unique password to avoid this very issue. Creating strong passwords is Creating a strong password in the first place is also crucial. Codes that combine words and numbers avoid obvious personal information and that are 8 or more characters in length generally work best. Users can also adopt a password strategy for increased strength, increased security, or adopt two-factor authentication, where a password is only one step in gaining access to sensitive data. Further, moving beyond passwords is recommended. Passphrases, for example, offer better security courtesy of longer and complex sentences, while still being easy to remember. The three golden rules to ensure computer security are: do not own a computer, do not power it on, and do not use it. If all these password malarkey seems a bit much, you could take a leaf from the late cryptographer Robert Morris, father of Robert Morris Jr., author of Morris Worm. Besides his contributions to the password hashing, the above tips, he had a slightly more unusual suggestion for computer security. The three golden rules to ensure computer security are: do not own a computer, do not power it on, and do not use it. A little too extreme, I bet.